Welcome to Spintown, Spintown. Creepers in the blue and gold. Spintown, Spintown. The Grim Reaper's gonna get your soul. In the cobble pit you get your soul. Don't even try resisting in Spintown. Spintown!
Alright, I'm back. It's been about 4 days since I did that first video on this map I'm building for Project Ares. You can see I've added a lot, and I'll go through the new stuff. First off, there's some little dice right here that I put in. Javier showed me how to use those like custom skulls with different designs on them. And a couple of them were like board game themed, so I decided to throw a few of them in. The first thing you'll see here that's new will be, this is the Trouble Popper. From the game Trouble. Yeah, the dice is floating up in the air. I wish I had a way to make black buttons on the dice, because the gray little buttons don't exactly look right, but I mean, I think it's as close as I can get right now. I think I mentioned in the first video that I was thinking about putting a gap over on this side here. I mean, there's going to be a big gap between the yellow team and the blue team, but I thought I'd put a mini gap on each side as well. And you'll see that there's a little bridge here, and it's a Scrabble piece. There's also another Scrabble piece over there, and it's an S and a T. Guess what that stands for? I put some little battleship pegs just around. I mean, on most maps, I guess you would see like trees and stuff, but I figured I'd use little pegs from Battleship as my little foresty items. I might throw some more in over there. I don't know yet. This isn't done. Right here, this is a little checkerboard with, again, some more of those custom skulls as the checkers. I guess technically for the people that like building houses in the middle of these PvP games, you could probably play a game of checkers, which probably wouldn't be all that helpful to your team. But yeah, there's going to be a checkerboard there. Flew into the peg. Let's see. I don't think there's really much else that's changed in the back side right here. I have went through and added things to various hidden chests, which I'll go over last. Something I was thinking about doing, I'm not sure if this is something I'm going to do or not, is I'm thinking about having a giant Connect 4 grid behind Spawned with Connect 4 pieces in it. I'm just kind of like messing around with the spacing, seeing how it would fit and how I need to do it right now. Not sure it's going to be in when the final product, but let's fly over here. This red thing right here is actually the cage from Mousetrap. So it's the final thing in the big contraption that catches the mouse. This right here was suggested by Merc King 92. It's Don't Break the Ice. It's the platform and the ice blocks for it. It's not a game I ever really played as a kid or anything, but of course, I've known about it for a long time, so I figured it might be something easily recognizable, and it was somewhat easy to build, even though it's not perfect. That's really been one of the hard things about doing this map, is thinking of things from board games that I can build to a scale where it would fit my map and still look like what I wanted. There's lots of things I'd like to throw in here, but to build them and make them look right, I need to make them so big that it's just not going to fit. And the reason it's easier to build with size is because some of these curves and everything that you want to try to get with the game pieces, you just can't get. Because there's only certain colors and stuff that you can use stairs and slabs with, and a lot of these game pieces aren't those colors, so it kind of limits you a little bit. I showed you the Trouble Popper over there. This is one of the pegs from Trouble, one of the game pieces. It's just laying down on the side. Yeah, so there's a little tunnel there. And there's some ice blocks falling from the Don't Break the Ice game. I finished some of the landscaping around here. I shouldn't say finished, because it's going to change. I did a little bit more. I made some progress with the landscaping, but it still may not be done. So this right here is just, a regular marble. So lots of games have marbles in them, so I figured I can just throw a marble in. This little building hut looking thing is actually a game piece from the game Perfection, and there's another one up here. That's the game where you gotta like fit all these shapes into the correct holes before a timer runs out and the whole thing pops up. It's a game I had as a kid, and when I used to work in daycare, was extremely annoying because the damn timer on it was so loud. This right here, hopefully you recognized just from looking at it, was a a pawn from the game chess. I really struggled at first trying to get this to look right, trying to get the curves right. I think this is going to be the final version. I think it looks close enough to a pawn where most people will pick that out immediately. At first, I wouldn't have been able to say that when I did it because it just looked off. But I think I messed with it enough to where it works now. Yeah, I think that's all the new stuff I've built. But I do have hidden chests now. So I'll go through and show you where the chests are and what's in them. I'll show you what I had planned for people to start with too. And this is all stuff that could change still. So to start the game, there would be the blue or the yellow team. You get a stack of blue or yellow clay. I'm thinking about having a little bit of wood that they can start with too, maybe 16 blocks of wood, not sure. But they're going to start with a stick. They're going to start with a sharpness bow with infinity. I don't know how high a sharpness it's going to be. I haven't decided yet. I want to try to make it to where it's equivalent to a stone sword. So I got to mess around with that and figure out what the equivalent is. I don't know off the top of my head. You start with a half stack of arrows, diamond pick, stone shovel, full thing of meat. I hate the damn levels where you get like apples or something as your main food source and you always eat constantly. And 2 gold apples. So that's kind of like your starter kit that I had planned, which again is still something that's subject to change. Down here where you spawn, I went ahead and I put where you place the wool. It's going to be gray and light gray wool is the 2 color wools you're going to try to get. And 2 reasons for that. Number 1 is when I was building this, I didn't really think about saving 2 colors of wool and not using them until after I'd already built a lot. And there's only like maybe 3 or 4 colors I had left to pick from to use for the wools you got to collect. And 2 of them were gray and light gray, and I thought, well, people make fun of me for being colorblind. I'm just going to use 2 shades of gray. Right here, I plan on putting a staircase down into like a storage room, maybe get some building material. I'm not sure yet. That's just something I'm thinking about. Up here, I planned on this level having a lot of bow power-ups, is spread throughout the level, different types too. And so up here you get your flame 1 bows with lots of arrows. Now I don't plan on there being a ton of like each type of power-up available. So it'll be like first come, first serve. So you notice there was only 3 of the flame bows there. Over here in this hotel, I've got some power 1 bows with extra arrows and building material, which I'll probably just make all that arrows and maybe a couple more bows. Not sure yet. And in here, this will be more power 1 bows, lots of arrows and building materials. The power 1 bows, there's going to be a fair amount of. I mean, it'll be all in this hotel for the power 1 bows, but the other types of bows, not so much of. So, yeah, there's that. There is going to be an Easter egg on this level, and I'm not going to show you where it's at, but it's hidden throughout this map. There's a Rubik's Cube you can find. So, good luck finding that if you decide, if this map ever gets used, I should say. But, yeah. It doesn't do anything for you. It's just, a little Easter egg. Inside the hippo, there's more power-ups. You can get your projectile protection 1 boots and feather falling 1 boots. But if you look at the corners of the chest, you get some better armor. So you can have an entire suit of projectile protection 4 gold armor with feather falling 4 boots. Just the one in the corner is the only one that feather falling 4. So yeah, both of them are the same. So there's your power-ups. I like gold. I like yellow. So yeah, I wanted some yellow armor available as a power-up somewhere. Let's see. Where's the other power-ups? Okay, there's one over here I missed. So for those of you who like to go digging around through poop, you'll see that inside the hippo poop, you got your punch bow. There's only going to be 1 of those, so because there's a gap, basically. There's a gap on this level, so I didn't want a ton of punch bows available. That would be pretty op when people are trying to bridge and stuff, so there's only 1 of those throughout the map. The only other power-up left that I haven't shown you is going to be inside the Game of Life spinner. This will be filled in. This won't be an open hole, but when you drop down in here, it's like a pedestal-like area with a single chest, and there's only 1 thing in the chest, And it's the mighty Wangworthy, the greatest sword of all. Fire aspect 2, knockback 1. You know, a lot of you won't get why it's called the Wangworthy, but if you guys watched the Zach Scott Games videos where he did Minecraft, you might get the reference. But yeah, so that's all the power-ups. I don't plan on really putting any other types of power-ups in here, but I plan on talking to at least a map developer or two and getting feedback still, so things could change. I might build a couple more things as well, like this Connect 4 thing I'm considering in the back right here. But this is where I'm at so far. I'll do another video when I decide the building portion of this project is done and it's time to find somebody to help me with the actual, I guess, coding or whatever. So anyways, see you later. Alright guys, if you didn't get enough Spintown for today, you can click on this top thumbnail to watch my latest interview with Beanbutt, or you can click on the bottom thumbnail to watch my latest music video. Now, remember, there's a brand new video here every single Monday, and if that Monday video gets 10 thumbs or 100 views by Thursday, I'll upload a bonus video on Friday. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next Monday.